Hey guys, what is up? Hope everybody has been having a great day. I know it's been quite a few weeks since my last video, but I could not be more excited to bring you guys this video along with many others because let me tell you something, I have been filming a ton, and over the coming weeks and months, I cannot wait to show you guys the awesome content I filmed. So with that being said, let's hop into this video. This is the front nine at Sand Hollow Golf Club. Absolutely incredible golf course, and I'm super excited to take you guys through it with me. And real quick, before you guys go any further, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate that, as it really does motivate me to continue producing good videos and content and things of that nature. So really appreciate that if you guys could help me out and do that. And now let's get into hole one. So I hit a pretty solid tee shot at the right side, and then hit a pretty good wedge here. It was a bit of a blind shot. So didn't really know how close it was, but unfortunately I overshot the green just a little bit. And by the way, those are some pretty sick rock formations. You guys will definitely see many more like that. This was filmed in the southern edge of Utah, so those are the famous Red Rock Mountains from Utah, and they are quite gorgeous. So it really was a treat playing this golf course. And if you guys find yourself in in southern Utah or anywhere in that region, I highly recommend you guys give it a shot. So ran the first putt a little too far by, and this sometimes happens because I sometimes make the mistake of not spending enough time on the putting greens before the round. So you guys can probably tell on which videos I didn't spend a lot of time on the putting green because my speed will definitely not be the best. But still made a solid par there, and onto the second hole, par 5. Slight dogleg up the right, not too much, but just want to pound it right up the center. Almost like that. I missed it a little bit to the right, but that was still a pretty good tee shot. And as I've said, with my distance, as long as I can find the ball again, that's a really good thing. And there's another view of the rocks up close. Really incredible formations, stuff you don't really see anywhere else. And I also kind of like how the red sand and the sand traps looks. It just really looks good as an aesthetic against the backdrop of the golf course. And I believe those mountains in the background it's part of the Virgin mountain range. About an hour, 2 hours tops from here is where they have the World Championships, or they used to until a couple years ago. So I'm quite familiar with this area, but I've never quite gotten out to this golf course. So I'm just very glad I was able to do that. And an incredible shot here. Played a flyer lie, and I have to be very aggressive with how I play my flyer lies. What I mean by that is some people might only play it maybe 1 or 2 clubs long. I have a flyer lie. I have to do like 3 or 4 clubs long because with my speed, if there isn't backspin, that ball goes forever. So not the best putt here, but tap in birdies are always nice. And by the way, if those of you are curious, a flyer lie is just simply when you have a lie in the rough where you can still make good contact with the golf ball, but there's just enough grass in between the golf ball and the club to reduce spin. And so when you have reduced spin with speeds that are pretty similar to what you'll get in the fairway and a high launch, you're going to hit it much, much further. So that's always something to keep in mind. I believe a good rule of thumb, add about 10 to 15% of your distance if you find yourself sitting up in the rough, but just with a little bit of grass between the ball and the club. That's a good way to play it, and not a perfect science, but it was a good estimation. So on to the third hole, hit a really good iron shot, and this is something I've been really excited about. I've just been hitting my irons so well lately, and absolutely, yes, 100%, that does mean I have my eyes on playing competitive golf a lot more this summer. In fact, one of the reasons my YouTube content hasn't been super frequent the last couple months is I am still trying to figure out, how I'm going to balance long drive, playing competitive golf and YouTube, because I do want to do YouTube and I love entertaining you guys, but I also want to develop my game to a level that, is competitive at the highest level. It's been a dream of mine for a very long time. So it's just definitely tough balancing that along with long drives. So I'm slowly figuring out. I think I'm starting to get a pretty nice system going. And I'm just excited to see where it takes me, where it takes this channel, where it takes all of us. It'll be a ton of fun regardless. So a bit of a dogleg left here. Pretty good tee shot, just up the right side. And got a pin up in the front edge. But yeah, guys, it's just an unbelievable course. And if you let me know if you guys want those panoramas, because I feel like you guys want to see more than just the tight shots of me hitting the golf ball. So I feel like it helps show the course and grows you guys more in the experience. So I hit a really good flighted shot here, right at the pin, never left the stick, just a little short. The pin was on the front edge, so just missed my number by a little. And that is probably my biggest struggle right now, is hitting my numbers with my flighted shots, because I take a lot off of it, and that can definitely cause issues with consistency when it comes to distance. But it's definitely something I need to have in my game. You just cannot play golf with 8,000-9,000 RPMs of spin. You can probably play with it when the wind's under 6-7 miles an hour, but I promise you, the second you get into double-digit mile-per-hour winds, you have zero chance, literally zero chance. So it's just a necessary thing I've had to learn to put into my golf game, and it's made tremendous strides over the past year. I now feel very comfortable, hitting, playing in 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, and I won't have any spoilers, but what I will say about the content that I've filmed in the last couple of weeks is there have been many instances of very intense winds, so it's been pretty cool to test my game. But yeah, this is just a really cool spot. Seems like it sits in the middle of mountain range, and I caught it on a beautiful day too. It was about 66, 67 degrees, not too windy, so it was perfect. And I had a very awkward shot here, about 60 yards, and I feel like a lot of people absolutely hate this shot. And it's not an easy shot by any means, because, by the way, I hit a drive for fun off the tee, and just to show you guys where it would have ended up, and it pretty much flew the green. But so that's where my explosion shot ended up with the 8-iron. Quite happy with that, actually, because if you have a 60 or 70 yard shot, that's probably the hardest shot you can have out of a sand trap, because you can't hit a full shot normal because it's not long enough, and you can't hit an explosion shot with a wedge because it's not going to go far enough. So what I recommend, if you're in that situation, take something like a 9, 8, or even 7-iron, open it up like you would a wedge, and just hit an explosion shot as if it were a wedge. And it'll definitely give you the best results possible. So I did well, to be honest with you guys, give myself about a 5-footer here, and made one of my best putts all day to stay in red numbers. And that's the kind of stuff I really need. And time will tell if I'm able to do that in competition as well. But I feel pretty confident I will. It's more than anything just a matter of me getting my reps in under competitive stress. And no competitive tournament is a bad tournament, even if you shoot a bad round, because you're getting experience. And experience is the currency that turns you into a professional golfer who can succeed at the highest level. So it's always something to keep in mind. If you're out there struggling to play well, understand that every round you play, you're just getting more experience, and you are learning, even if it doesn't seem like you're progressing. So pretty good iron shot there, right over that little red rock, and that was an absolutely beautiful shot. So that was you could see a few other balls. What I actually did was I was throwing some wedges down at about 100 yards, and I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that more often so that I can also practice while I film, because it is to the point now where I'm getting much more serious about it, and so it doesn't hurt to throw down a couple shots at 120, 130, 80 yards out, hit some wedges while I'm filming. Just keeps me sharp in that respect. So that was a solid par, and now on to the 7th hole. And absolutely pulverized this drive. It was into a bit of a headwind here, probably about a 7 to 8 mile an hour headwind. So probably lost about 20 yards, maybe 25 total with that wind, but absolutely perfect shot here. Pole position, got like 6 inches of roll. And you can see the pin just over that little hill there. So I got about 230 yards, 7-iron. And again, you don't want to go long here, so I just want to make sure I can make a good swing. And I found that when I'm between clubs, most people, you want to take a longer club and swing softer. I've actually found, and I think it's because of my long drive nature, that if I'm in between clubs, it's actually best for me to take the shorter club and put a little more speed on it, because I just think my swing fires better and is more accurate when I put a higher percentage of my effort into it. So that's something I've always kind of kept in mind. And it's just something that makes me very different from, I think, the normal golfer, because I certainly wouldn't recommend that to anybody watching. But, if you're used to swinging fast and your swing kind of clicks on that kind of tempo, then it is good to do that. So another really solid birdie here. Now I'm on a hole 8, short little par 3. But again, playing it to win, so definitely a tough hole. Trying to hit my flighted 9-iron here. And just turn it over a little. As I said, I'm still working on these flighted shots. It is so easy for me to get a little too round with these shots and have the club get stuck behind me and then just try to time my hand flip. And so that's been a tendency I'm still fighting, is kind of a pull hook. But it is certainly nice to be able to play in wind and not feel like I'm totally hopeless. So that has definitely been a good thing. So the 56 degree here, giving myself a little bit of a lower wedge here so it can run out a bit. And it rolled forever. I was shocked at how long this chip rolled. But, Sand Hollow, they have incredible greens. And I talked to the guys. It was just amazing to be able to play this course and hang out there for a couple days. And underread this just a little bit. So unfortunately, my first drop shot of the day. But that's golf. And if you play golf, you will make bogeys, you will make doubles, you will make triples, you will make quads, and you will make a double-digit number at some point, I promise. That's just how this game goes. So you just got to shake it off and move on to the next. So now hole 9, going to the iron here, trying to go up the left center, and pushed it just a little bit to the right. And again, the wind was a little higher now than it was when I teed off. When I teed off, it was probably 3 to 5 miles per hour. Now it's probably in the 6 to 8 miles an hour range. So not very windy, but definitely enough to force me to make some adjustments. So that's always difficult to do as well. But yeah, guys, this place is just incredible. So 206, hitting an 8-iron here. Again, this is one of those instances where I was kind of in between clubs. So it was kind of a slightly awkward shot, especially with the ball way above my feet. So a little late here, squeezed it out to the right. And I am in a bad place. So these sand traps are brutal. It's heavy, thick sand, and you just can't glide the club under it the way you would expect. It's almost like clay. You can see just absolute. I pride myself in being a good bunker player, and just absolutely no chance. I mean, it was definitely difficult. And I'm just I'm almost looking at the clubhouse to see if anybody saw me hit that shot. But splashed out of my second shot here. And I have about 25 feet for bogey here. So I tried to give this a good run, and just broke a little bit left on me. So not the best way to finish the video, but it was a ton of fun playing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the back 9. That video is absolutely nuts. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.